All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Community. We are going to be with you today. It's been a while since we've been here. We've missed you guys. We just needed to take a little bit of a break to get our school year started, but we're super excited to be here today. So my name is Portia. I serve as the co-chair of the Young Adult Committee for the Houston branch. Super excited to have you here with us again today. So just want to go over, of course, NAACP is a membership power organization. We are powered through our members and our volunteers. So we just invite you and encourage you to join our wonderful organization here at the here in Houston, the NAACP Houston branch. You can join us by visiting naacphouston.org. And if you happen to not be here in the Houston area and you're watching our show, we encourage you to go to naacp.org, our national website, and find the unit closest to you to join. It's just $30 for a year. If you join today on September 1st of 2020, you'll be a member until September 1st of 2021. But if you'd like to have a deeper, more long-lasting relationship with our organization, which we would greatly appreciate it, we encourage you to take out a subscribing life membership or a full life membership. You can join today for $75, and you can pay that over 10 years for a total of $750. Or if you have the money right now, you can just go ahead and pay right now, full life membership to join our organization. We can't wait to have you and can't wait to see you here in Houston. So we are ramping up. We are 9 weeks away from Election Day, and we want to make sure that everybody in Houston is registered to vote and ready to go use their voice and use their power on November 3rd. So we invite you out this weekend. We're going to be at KTSU, located at 4200 Tier Wester Street in parking lot M, and that's 77004. It's just down the road from the branch office, and it's on the campus of my alma mater. So we cannot wait to see you there. So if you have any family members or friends that need to be registered to vote, we encourage you guys to come out on Saturday, September 5th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the KTSU station on the campus of Texas Southern University. So spread the news, tell everybody you know. We want to see them there on Saturday. And we also will be doing voter registration drive every Saturday. So we have 1 month left until the October 5th deadline. So if you are not currently registered to vote, please reach out to us. We want to make sure that we're able to take care of you so that you can vote in November. Just want to remind you, early voting starts on October 13th and goes to October 30th. And Election Day, of course, is on November 3rd. And we want to make sure that if you need to request a mail-in ballot, I believe that has to be requested no later than October 23rd. So make sure that you get going, get motivated, and get ready to use your voice come Election Day 2020. So that's all I have for today. Not so many announcements. I'm going to kick it back to you, Jules, so that we can start our show. See you guys soon.
Thanks, Portia, for those announcements. All right. So happy to see everyone. I'm really excited about today's show. Today, we're being joined by Madd Hatta. He's been here with us before. He's an awesome guest. I feel like he's family. And so we're really excited about today's show. I'm going to bring Andre in to join us briefly and to get this interview going. How you doing today, Dre?
Hey, what's going on, July?
I'm good. Are you excited about voter registration?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Yes. So Dre is our muscle. He's always with us. He's one of our leading members of our committee, and he's helped leading the charge with voter registration. So let's just get straight to it and bring in our special guest. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing?
We're good. Welcome back.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Yes. So I don't see the fancy chair that I saw before. I was really looking forward to that chair because I need one of those chairs.
I don't know how fancy that little cheap $30 chair is, but if you say so, cool. But no.
Is it comfortable?
After you put a pillow under your behind, yeah, it's comfortable.
Oh, okay.
On your back.
So it's not ergo or anything.
No, it's just a regular old chair. But girl, you were really talking my chair. What?
No, I like the chair. The chair that you had in your home office was kind of cool.
Was okay. I literally went to Office Depot. Which one's the cheapest? Yeah, let me get that. Okay. Sorry. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So welcome back. We're excited to have you. And congratulations. Congratulations on the new station, The Vibe.
Thank
Can
you.
you tell us about The Vibe?
Yeah, we're excited about it too over here at TSU and KTSU. Ernest Walker, our general manager, Donna Franklin, the PD for KTSU, brought me in because they wanted to create a new format for students coming out and for the community at large, and thought that I might be able to help them out to see the vision through. So it's definitely a Gen X, Gen Z, if you will, millennial kind of like. Radio station. I hate using the word radio station. That sounds so old school now. I think things are changing a lot in frequency, and everything is going digital and social. And that's primarily what they brought me here to usher in this new era of what broadcasting would be, not only for our community, but for the students coming out too. That if you're going into this business thinking that even for a reporter, if you think you're just going to be on television and it's just going to be you sitting there broadcasting, no, you need to know the whole realm. You got to be a reporter. You got to know how to write the story. You got to know how to shoot the story. You got to know how to edit the story. I was watching one of my friends, Jose Vignon, today. He was doing this thing. You got to do it all now. And it's the same thing with broadcasting. So they brought me into the Vibe to help do that. Obviously, we'll be playing hip hop and R&B and neo soul. I'll be honest with you. If it has a vibe, we playing it. That's the whole theory of it. We're Houston's culture, and anything that's cool and vibing, we playing it. That's that.
All right. So how does it feel to be back in the studio, though? You've been on a nice little chill.
I was, and what's so funny? You think that certain things you're gonna miss, and I don't miss that, but I do like programming, and that's why this was a good situation for me. I'm not going to be on the air. I think a lot of people think I'm going to be on the air the first day we start, just to kickstart the station. Yeah, I will be on the air, and I'll bring back some surprises with me during the course of the weekend for the takeover that we're going to do. But I don't, I kind of want to just help other people be the best that they can be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a desire though to go grab this thing called the microphone and start doing that thing. It ain't in me right now. Maybe it'll come back, but I'm really just excited about the idea of starting something and watching others blossom and grow in it, and helping them to grow in it. So that's exciting for me. And then our other goal here is, I think we've always, for the last few years, we've been so hip hop centered and focused in this area. I think there's a whole bunch of people that sing R&B and pop music who are great, who have their music on all the digital platforms, Tidal, Spotify, what have you, or YouTube, whatever, because they've done visuals. And I like to be able to get some of those people some of this frequency time. So I'm really looking forward to finding some of those artists that are already doing something or just starting to do their thing, and giving them opportunity to get on some frequency and have their song heard, around the city, and hopefully helping them to take that thing even bigger and national. So that's the goal.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Dre was about to say something. So I paused. My apologies.
So, well, I do have a question. So, with the formats, so y'all focusing on hip hop, R&B, neo soul. So, have y'all thought about, I guess, the hours of the show, like morning shows, afternoon shows, that kind of thing? Has that stuff been put in place yet?
That's a great question. I've been so wanting to make sure that the music mix was right. I've been tampering with that. Right now, Mr. Walker was really gracious. I said, I don't want to do anything if we don't have an app. And so before we even jumpstart, he like, Hatta, the app is in the store. I'm like, you got to let me know that people can download and hear what I'm doing, because I was tinkering a lot.
Oh, so I can download it now?
You actually can. So what I did, though, is now the tinkering is you're hearing a variety of music from the 70s through today. It could be rock, though. It could be pop. It could be slow songs. It could be the barge. It could be anything. Right now, I'm playing Billy Idol. So it can be anything for right now. Now, September 4th, the real deal goes down. So now it's potpourri or hodgepodge or whatever you want to call it of various types of music genres. But we'll narrow everything down and we jumpstart everything we're going to be doing coming up on this Friday at 9 o'clock after the Yolanda Adams morning.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yes, ma'am. So it's going to be cool. And I think the other thing that's really cool about this is that the folks at KTSU, they will allow us to use their airwaves to jumpstart our digital station. So the entire weekend, except Sunday, because you don't mess with that KTSU Sunday. You don't really want to mess with none. So it's going to be a couple of mad people, but it's exciting. I'm hurt because I know there's some long-standing personnel here like Chatterbox. For them to give up their Friday, this means a lot to these folks, man. They've been here doing it for long. I mean, Chatterbox, he's never, ever, ever, ever. I don't think he's missed a shift on his Friday shift ever.
I don't think so either.
So for him, I mean, he's quietly understanding, but I know under there too, I know there's a couple of names I probably am being called, but I'm hoping that the brother is gracious with me because he'll be back to his regular broadcast time next week. But I think it's historic that the university is even allowing us to take this new format onto the airwaves of KTSU. So we'll take it over, but we'll be splitting the time. It'll be partially KTSU Monday through Saturday. In the evenings, though, it belongs to the Vibe. So it's very unique, except Sundays. Sundays, there was like a no can do Hatta. So I was like, okay. Can't have everything you want. So that's that. So because a lot of people are like, well, don't mess with that other stuff, but don't mess with my Sundays. So that's the one-off deal right there. But it should be very exciting. Like I said, although we are targeting this whole digital platform, I just believe that that's the future. That's where everything is going. So we will cultivate that. And hopefully, to answer your question, it took me a long time to get back to it. We will get staff because they do want it staffed. They're putting pressure on me to staff it. But I'm looking for very unique talent. And it's easier for me to play a song than to find really good jocks, air personalities to do what I think we need to do here. So that'll probably take me some time, but not too much because Mr. Walker's like, Hatta, we got to get somebody in here. So I'm going to try to get some folks in here in the next 2 weeks or so.
Well, y'all better put on the internet so Hatta can see you, recognize you as talent. For good, raw talent.
Yeah, you know what? And I was thinking about doing that because, I don't want to go to the same old folks that we've always gone to. I know that sounds crazy because here I am saying that. But, I'm not going to even be on the air. And I know that's probably not to the liking of some here at this establishment. But I just, I think it would be so cool to mentor some other persons or people to do a morning show and give them the do's and don'ts of what to do to make a great broadcaster. I'm really, 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 really interested in taking some raw talent and saying, nah, bro, or, nah, baby girl, not like this. Let's do it like that. And, and bouncing ideas off of them because oftentimes you can learn a lot from people as well. So it's going to be a learning experience for all of us. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to be cool to see a group of the young folks coming in from TSU to see how they'll merge this digital with the social media and with the frequency that we're going to sometimes have as well. So it's an exciting time. I can't lie. It's pretty exciting.
Well, it sounds like you're passing the torch and you're preparing the future generations. And so that's what it's all about. That truly creates your legacy. That gives it even more legs. So
yes, ma'am.
And as the comments say, you are a legend. You are not just a Houston legend. I know you don't like to hear that. You don't like people bragging on you and all that, but
I had a good run. The city was really good to me. This city raised me from basically a boy into a man. I'm lucky. I know that I'm lucky. I'm blessed beyond, I can't even call it, to be able to have been on the radio doing what I've done for such a long period of time. It's not normal, particularly in one city. I literally start off like all kids at, overnights, nights, afternoons, mornings, all in the same city, almost on the same frequency. That is rare. And I recognize that. So, I walked away knowing how blessed I was. I wouldn't, fooling myself.
Oh, awesome. So tell us about the takeover weekend. What can people expect? What's the big special thing about the takeover weekend?
Well, the biggest thing is this. The takeover is literally we are taking over KTSU 90.9. That makes it a story. Like I said, Chatterbox, I'm sure this brother don't want to give up his time just from, little old the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a lot of the staff, you know what I'm saying? This is it shakes up everything and everybody, you know what I'm saying? To have gone in there and say, hey guys, love what you do, but to help us really to springboard this thing, we're gonna need a little bit of time. And Ernest Walker, I gotta give it up to the GM. He was very understanding. Me and Miss Holly, our marketing director, we went in there pitching real strong that this is something that we had to do. There was no other way because, we have to let the community know that we are here, we're viable, we're going to be a part of this community, and we're going to be a competitor as well. We're not just the college radio station. We're letting it be known that we're a competitor and we mean business, even from a digital standpoint. When we're on the frequency, it's it's when it takes off.
So we're all tuning in to KTSU. If we don't already tune in on the weekends, we're tuning in this weekend, Friday and Saturday, for the vibe. So with the takeover, I know you all have some special events that are taking place live. One of them I'm totally overjoyed about. Can you tell us what that is?
Well, I'm happy that you guys got involved with us to do this. Well, really, we're kind of on your coattail on this, to be honest with you. So we're really, really thankful to the NAACP for just allowing us to be a part of this. But we're doing the voter registration drive. We're doing it right here. I call it the headquarters of the Vibe, although they may call it KTSU 90.9. When I talk about it, I'm going to say we're at Vibe headquarters. We'll be broadcasting live, encouraging people to come out and get registered to vote. That's our movement that we're starting. We're calling it The Movement Continues, because we're trying to move people into this positive. I mean, so many things have happened this year, and I know most people say all these things are bad, from people passing away to what's happening with Mr. Floyd and others during this year, COVID. It's been a very trying time, and now we're in the election season. But, time keeps on ticking into the future, and we have to be participants in everything that is happening. So, and we've had this conversation before, Ms. Jules, on the passiveness of people who don't take any election serious, but most certainly taking this election very serious, because we need somebody at least act like you care. But when you have somebody blatantly acting like they don't care or showing that they don't care, that's a whole nother thing. So I'm excited about this, getting people to register to vote. I'm also saddened that we have to get people to register to vote. Here we are. We have several of our brothers and sisters that passed away this year, and here we are still raising the flag of, hey, we got to get out there and vote. We got to be part of the process, and trying to convince people that this is important. And there'll be others that sit there and tell you, no, this is not important, because, what did the Democrats do? What did the Republicans do? I'm like, man, push all that to the side. Be a part of the process. Start. And this is an opportunity for people to start learning more and being a part of it. And we've been watching what's going on with the protests. We've been watching what's going on with the government. This is a great opportunity for you to participate at your level. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to be built to go out there and walk and hold the flag and scream and yell. We need people on all fronts doing all kind of different things. Some people, they just going to be money behind it. They're going to have all kind of money to display, but they ain't going to walk the foot, but they're going to give you all their money to say, whatever y'all need to do, here's the cash, go do it. We need all types. And right now, we need people to get registered to vote, and then we need you to vote in November. Clearly and simple.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll be at the Vibe headquarters.
I like that. On Saturday.
Lot M? Is that the lot M?
Yeah, it is Lot M. And I know the young lady, Ms. Portia, she gave an address that gets you to the campus of TSU. I think if people try to put it in Waze, or they try to Google map it or something like that, put in 3988 Tier-Wester and Blodgett. I think that'll bring you directly to Lot M.
Right.
So, but somehow in there, if you get on Tier-Wester, there's no way you can miss us.
No way you can miss it.
No way you can miss it.
So if you're coming from 45, come down, Scott. Stop at Frenchie's if that's your thing.
Hold up, man.
I'm juicing. I can't have Frenchies.
Man, don't throw that Frenchies out there. Just playing me. I'll stop this thing right now. Just go just throw it up on my 2-piece with a strawberry soda water on these.
Hey, man, that's right.
No, I can't have that. Don't do that.
Oh, that's right. You're on your juice diet. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Hey, man, I'm not. So, we can do it. We can do it, Hatta.
For the young lady there, Miss Portia, Miss Jules, she's trying to get things right. She's juicy, so we reserve Frenchies until the juicing is done.
Hey, man, I'm upset this Labor Day Classic not happened because that would have been a good push for y'all.
Wow, it would have been, man. This has been, I don't want to down the year 2020. I made a promise to myself last week that I was just going to stop giving 2020 so much power by adding so much negativity to it, because we have. And I just keep saying to myself, though, we need to look at the blessings. We're still here. We're still breathing. We still have opportunities to do bigger and better things. And although we don't have it this year, brother, that means next year going to be wild crazy. It's going to be even bigger. So, all the people that miss it this year think they're going to really be here for the next one. So, I'm trying to put a positive slant on this 2020. I refuse to allow the devil to get the best of me, and the devil is 2020, but he can't get me.
So Hatta, I got some questions, man. Houston, radio stations here, they've been pumping rap for a long time. Do you think with this digital station, y'all be able to push more R&B like local talent?
That's the goal. That's 1,000% my goal, honestly. Like I said before, I think that, and I've been a part of that whole rap community, so I can't I'm not dissing it at all. I love that rap community. In fact, we're going to have some special guests from that rap community on during this takeover weekend. But I just think that this is such a diverse, that's why we call the station Houston's culture. It is so diverse. There's so many people doing so many different things, from arts to food to the music. And yeah, man, I definitely want to be a place where R&B has a frequency opportunity. When I say frequency, to be on the vibe when it's on 90.9, so people can hear these local guys and gals and groups and bands music, because they're making some great music. And what happens is somebody has to be the leader. And once other people see that, oh, we can play some of this other stuff and give some of this other stuff an opportunity, I think other people will start to loosen up playlists and start doing the same. Because for me, it's all about creating the next generation of superstars. And we have a lot in this city. And I just want to be a participant in that next era. But this time, I want to see it a little more evenly leveled. I'd like to see some R&B and some pop and some other stuff in there as well.
Yeah, I've been out the last few months, and I've been liking the scene as far as the R&B. We have a lot of talented people, and with the club scene, they always perform a lot of covers. So I've always been an advocate, like, hey man, stop singing covers, sing your own material. So I think we have a lot of artists that are starting to do that now. They just need that platform. So once they have a platform, I think it'll open up.
And I think the great thing about that a lot of the artists, though, which is amazing, their music is available.
Yeah.
All these guys and gals that we're watching, all their music is on Tidal, Spotify. Like I said before, they're doing everybody has a visual now. You just take your phone out, film yourself singing your song, and then you upload it and it's a video. And I don't mean to be so crass about it, but because a lot of them are very, very talented and they do some great visuals. But the music is out there, man. So yeah, let's give opportunity to these folks that went the extra mile to have their music where it can be streamed, and let the community know that, hey, that this guy or this young lady lives right here in the city and is doing some pretty major things. And if we just so that a little bit, I think we can help them out. We just make our own superstars. It's not the first time we've done that. We've made a couple of superstars. Let's make a couple of more.
It's a lot in the city, man. It's a lot in the city.
Now, I know I ain't gonna be able to do all of them. I know there's like 1,000. I'm like, oh yeah. Jamming, again, if it has a vibe to it, I really don't want to put myself in a corner. And I know you kind of do that when you say hip hop, R&B, neo soul, which I don't want to say I was against, but I want people to understand that we are going to be playing those songs and those hits. So, yeah, you will hear a Drake, but there's some other artists like a Tia Gold and some other folks, music I'm gonna play too. Rappers like Surreal. There's a lot of people that deserve some opportunities here, man. I want to, the usual cast of characters, as I call them, yeah, they're gonna get a shot too because they know how to make hits. But we're gonna find a new cast of characters and characterettes that we want to give some exposure to here on the vibe, and that's our number one goal.
All right, sounds good, man.
Sounds good. So I might bring you some Frenchies on Saturday, by the way. So we have a couple of comments asking us about voting.
Yes, ma'am.
About voter registration. So yes, we'll share the flyer.
Yes.
You can find it in our photos, but we'll share some additional flyers. But I'm gonna bring Coretta's comment to the screen. Hold on, that's not the one. Here we are. She said, "Yo, real talk, DJ Screw and the Clique would not have blown up without Hatta's magic." How did you receive that?
I will not.
Say that's not you.
I don't take credit for none of that. I don't. You know what? Look, we live in a very territorial musical city, and
yes.
I decided long ago, and people get mad at me. Pimp C's wife, I love Shannar Butler. She got mad at me a long time ago. She asked me to do something, and I said, Shannar, I don't want to do something with Pimp C because I understand how big he is and what he means to this city. You know what I'm saying? He's one of like our borrowed sons, and he's on this thing. Yeah. You gonna do what I asked you to do? Yes, ma'am, I am gonna do it. But I was, just it's so territorial. So I can never take credit for that. I think Screw came along at a pivotal moment in Houston music history. And without his creation of what he did, that no one at first understood, but a very limited few, and then it grew out of that. Had it not been for him, we would not have had the diverse music scene that we had in the late 90s, early 2000s. So that I can say that I was happy to watch it. I was just a participant from the sidelines, watching as this thing created itself. I mean, Screw created. If it is not for him, there is no Kiki's. And, to even be deeper, if it's not him, there's no Michael Watts to create. It's just all these things created all this other stuff. So we have this diverse history of music. But I will say this, Houston has always had a diverse musical culture. And I think what happens, people get stuck at like mid-90s and move down. But there's been huge, this city has always had a huge music scene prior to the 90s. I'm talking about the 50s and 60s. There were huge record labels. What's the lady that Elvis Presley stole her song? All that was a record company right here out of this city. So there's a huge musical heritage that kind of got lost in this city because people just see the 90s and on. But prior to, there's still a huge amount of people. I mean, come on, man. Even Chris Walker. I mean, there's a lot of history musically in this city, and it really needs a musician for all of it. But the culture is vast, right? Because sometimes we take a little bit of that. Oh, that's from Louisiana. That's ours now too. But I don't want to take credit for anything. I don't take credit for anything. I was a bystander who was able to watch things happen, and I was happy to be there and watch it grow. And had it not been for it and hip hop in general, I'm not here at the Vibe today. It's given me a career as well. So
awesome.
R.I.P. to Screw.
Well, I appreciate that. We appreciate that comment, Coretta. Coretta's she's big on the music, and she said she's looking forward. She said the Vibe is going to have to educate us. Folks like me only know about the 90s. So,
well, let me say, we won't be divvying too much before the 90s ourselves. So I don't want to. Like I said, we're kind of focused on the next generation here. So we definitely will be a Gen X, millennial type of deal. Really less Gen X. Gen Z, I should be saying. Really Gen Z.
I believe about Gen X.
Yeah, because I'm Gen X.
Especially those of us on the millennial cusp, like we count.
After the millennial group, that's kind of like where our focus is. I just think that there's a cool way where we can merge all these different sounds. You just have to, as we say in radio, texturize the sound. Mm-hmm. It's going to be fun to curate that sound, but I don't want to be bound in by all these rules that radio, this radio station can do this and that radio station can do that. I ain't hearing those rules. If it's jamming and it got a vibe, I don't have no rules.
Okay.
I'm rolling.
That's it. But that's kind of been the culture for KTSU though. A lot of people been listening to KTSU for years because they don't really stay in the format of what expected from bigger radio stations.
So it's perfectly in the culture once again of KTSU. This is part of the Houston's the station is part of Houston. Think about it. Kids Jam started right here at KTSU. Yeah. That was an integral part of hip hop music in this city, man. And so to start the vibe again at KTSU as another one of the outlets, it's another breakthrough moment for KTSU, man. The imagination to say that this is something that they want to do because they're looking into the future. I think it's brilliant, man. It's brilliant, man. I'm just happy that they thought, hey, man, let's go see that black fellow over there if he's interested in doing something like this. Yeah, so shout out to Donald Franklin again and Mr. Ernest Walker. They've been very gracious.
Awesome. So the last time you were here, we kind of did talk about the musical history of the city. So it's kind of, it is exciting to hear you bring up the history of the city and the way Black music has always existed in this city.
Absolutely.
How powerful and influential it has been. So we'll have to still come back and get you on a show for that. So let's just plug that in.
Make sure we do our research on that one because those folks deserve their props. There's other radio personalities that were an integral part of the musical history of this city. And sometimes a lot of that stuff get lost. Once you start reaching a certain age number, everybody like to age you out and you turn into a has-been that's not important anymore. That's what happens to history sometimes. Certain parts of it get lost because people start to think that it's not important anymore. But for those of us still around, it is very important for us to make sure that those parts of history still are remembered and still are cherished and still are celebrated. So.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and just take this opportunity to touch on something else we talked about the last time you were here because I thought about you a few weeks ago. Did you watch BET special? I just got to say it on Master P. Remember, I was bragging on Master P the last time you were here.
I did not watch. This is ever since I walked away from radio. I don't watch TV like that anymore. Don't be mad at me. I watch Bloomberg all day long. I'm about that money, man. So
let's talk about it. So you enjoyed the split yesterday, huh? Or the splits?
Two splits.
Tesla and Apple. Yep. I was like, oh, happy birthday again.
I don't want to start no mess. I jumped out of Tesla. On accident. This goes back to while I was still working. The young brother by the name of Cooper, who was the producer of the show, we always talk stocks all the time. And I had Tesla stock, and it was not doing very well. If you remember, about a year ago, it was not doing well. And he had to just stay with it. But like one of my friends said, man, I like it when it's green. When it's red, it ain't no good. And it was just too long for me.
I like that green too.
And one day I just said, I just don't believe in Tesla anymore. I shouldn't have did it because I was just, you get wrapped up in wanting to see the green because the green mean you're making that money. The red mean money is going out your pocket. And I jumped out of it about 3 months ago. right before the crash. And then after the crash and he launched, SpaceX and all that kind of stuff, Tesla said,
yeah.
And now he implanting pigs with these brain things so we can have memories or some crazy thing. Y'all see that on the news? What he's doing next?
Yeah.
So that guy is out of here. But, he's going to come up with the next. He's innovative. And unfortunately, we need these innovators. Although some of the technology that he's going to be creating we're going to be in a weird, interesting world in the next few years. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that there.
Just get through 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023.
If you were in the green over the last few days, congratulations to everybody in the green. We have a green dance.
It was a good day yesterday.
Hey man, I wish I would have bought Apple back in 2001, man.
Ooh. Yeah, I might not be here right now.
Yeah.
Man, but, I'm happy that everything is working out. And just I tell anybody that wants to dibble and dabble in that kind of stuff, always do it with your extra money. Don't do it with your money.
Right.
Of course.
Always invest in only with what you know, not in what people tell you. People are like, how do you do it? Who do you talk to? I talk to me, myself, and I. I don't get any opinions from anybody else. I just figure, what am I using that I like? And then what are the items that are used, like magnetic stuff in foam or plastics or glass coverings. It's the weird stuff when you look at your cell phone. I'm not just looking at the phone. What are the things that the device
created?
Yeah, that's what you invest in.
So here's a question. Will there be a financial piece to expect on the station? I mean, that's our opportunity for some Black economics. That's that green.
I just want to be a music station. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people are depending on me to do a lot.
You can sing a jingle. You better invest.
I have not thought about it that.
Okay.
But it's not a bad idea because I had Tamar Davis will get the opportunity to be on and do some things, and she was talking about the educating of artists, and it is probably up to us to educate on some of these other things, because the reason why I was able to walk away from a job that I had that long and not be over there in panic mode is because I've always done things with my money. Some people probably think like, oh, Hatta went away and he's broke. No, I kind of always was into saving and investing and buying things of measure with my cash. So there's probably some responsibility that we all hold where we can educate people on finances and on business, and so maybe there is a place for that. So, Ms. Jules, I'm gonna have to give that a lot of thought. But you're right, if we can, here it is, and then you can move on. Sometimes when you're trying to educate people about certain things, there's such a small margin that find it interesting. Like a lot of community talk shows, and I hate to do this, but there's a business side of me and there's a rating side of me. Those shows traditionally don't do very well.
Right.
And it's one of the reasons when we talked before, we had a conversation about, the Black community used to be that voice that people would listen to understand and learn about things that are happening in and around the community. And what's happened over the years is the radio or broadcasters or the radio stations are not used that way anymore because people get their information from so many different sources now.
Yeah.
So it's just a really, really different thing. So we'll just have to see how. There's opportunity there. And I know sometimes, although it's not good for ratings or revenue, there's sometimes things that you must do because it is the right thing to do. So let me think about that. Let me give it some thought. Let me figure it all out.
We are so excited. I'm really like, I don't want to.
I just gotta say that logo looked really good in the background over there.
It does.
Man, that's good. That's what made me want to.
Vibration coming off the vibe.
That's what made me when Mr. Walker showed me that. He showed me the logo first. I said, man, that logo made me want to work there.
Wow.
After that, he started showing me all kind of paperwork. Well, look at this, Hatta, and look at this, and look at it. Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Got that interest.
But it's all good. It's all good.
It reels you right on in.
Yeah. But there's no complaints. I'm excited about it, and I think they are too. And that makes it even more exciting. So we'll see.
We'll see. All right. So for those of you who are just tuning in, catching up with us, we're here with Hatta today, talking about the new station, The Vibe, and you can go ahead and download the app for that. There's an app
Catch
for
the
that.
vibe, y'all. Catch
The Vibe
y'all.
app.
Yeah.
You'll identify it because it looks just like the posters behind him.
Yeah.
Also, this weekend, we'll be joining Hatta and his team and the entire Vibe team, I should say, as they take over KTSU Friday and Saturday. On Saturday, we'll have a voter registration drive from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we're really excited about that. This is our 4th week. Yeah, we're going into week 4 of doing voter registration. And our team of volunteers, we volunteered to do voter registration every single weekend.
Wow.
Now through the first weekend in April. So we started on August 15th. So thank you. That's a huge sacrifice to like give up your Saturdays. But we're really excited about it. It's worth it. Voter registration is very important.
Absolutely.
So I want to just shout out a couple of our partners because they'll be with us on Saturday and they've been with us most weekends. And that we'll start off with the Kappas, Kappa Alpha Psi, the Houston alumni chapter. I think their president is Ron Lockett. I want to thank them for their dedication every single weekend they've been with us. Also, we want to thank the Urban League. The Urban League is our partner. We've been partnering with the Urban League the entire summer, getting people to become certified as voter registrars. And now we're getting people registered to vote. So I want to thank both of those organizations for their commitment to this. We also have the Qs coming out with us. We're in talks with 100 Black men. We have some ladies from various organizations that are coming out. Some wear pink and green, some wear red and white, some wear blue and gold. But we're really excited to have all of these volunteers come out with us because at the end of the day, we all have the same goal. And that common goal is to move our communities forward. So we just ask that you spread the word, let people know if they need to get registered to vote, they can pull up at KTSU, just take Tia Wester. So if they're coming off 45 to Scott, make that right on Blodgett. If they're coming down Blodgett from 288, they're gonna make a left on Tia Wester. So just come on in. We're gonna have a good time. There's gonna be live music, right? Any giveaway? Y'all not giving away nothing?
We just started, girl. I don't know.
That's how people are. They like, what you giving away?
A good time. We give away a good time. We give away a vibe.
Good time.
I have giveaways.
Oh no, you know what? Every time I pop up, like I didn't even know we had this thing behind me until I walked in here. So Mr. Ernst, they are over here working. And I'm just as surprised as you. Somebody asked my shirt size the other day. I guess that means there might be some shirts out there, so we can keep everybody Bible-licious, in the city.
Well, I'll take a t-shirt, size large.
Bible-licious.
Size large. If I keep juicing, it might be a medium, but I'm gonna stick with large.
No, you're gonna be medium. They're gonna take you a couple of weeks. You there already.
I didn't choose this life. This life chose me.
Oh, I like it. You good, as the song once said, you wear it well.
Well, thank you. They said, giving away good music and good vibes. Absolutely. Giving away awesome vibes this weekend. Absolutely. So we're really excited. We want you all to come out. We want you to share with your family and friends throughout Third Ward, since that's where we will be. But share with everyone. Let your church members know. Post it in all your groups. This is really big. And again, we're doing this every Saturday. This Saturday will be at the Vibe takeover of KTSU over at the campus of Texas Southern University off Tia Wester. Next weekend, we will be in Hiram Clark partnering with our very own city councilwoman, Martha Cassix Tatum. So we're really excited. Again, we're doing these things every weekend. And I'm pretty sure this weekend you're going to see the councilwoman for District D Dr. Carolyn Evans Shabazz. I'm sure she'll be joining us over at the Vibe. So I look forward to that. Hatta, is there anything else you want to share with us before we sign off, or before I make you talk about Master P and investing in his rice and his pancakes and his syrup? Y'all know I love Master P. He's a hustler.
Master P, man. I gotta make sure that you meet Master P. Beautiful brother. We definitely want people to be there for the movement continues after registration on this Saturday from 11 to 1. That's our first big deal. Like, we're coming out the gate, letting the community know that we're community driven from day one. That's on purpose, because that's exactly what we want to do. We want to be a part of the community. We want to give opportunity to a lot of the music forces in the city that never get opportunity. And we definitely want you guys to check us out during the takeover. The takeover will be live on KTSU 90.9, but afterwards you got to make sure you have your app, because we will be digital. But we're going to share it. Half the day KTSU, half the day it's going to be the Vibe. So, but I'll explain all that. Like I said, I'll do a brief explanation 9 o'clock on Friday, right after the Yolanda Adams morning show. I'll do a brief explanation as we kick off the Vibe. And we're going to go from there. I think you're going to have a lot of fun listening this weekend. Got a lot of surprises for you. You know, it's a regular Labor Day weekend, so we're going to do some very Labor Day weekend type things, because people are going to be out there. They're going to be around the city, and we definitely want to be the playlist, the preferred playlist, as they're taking care of their business around this great city of Houston. And
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you as always. It's a pleasure to sit down with you, to just be in the space, even if it's virtually, to be in the atmosphere with you. You bring a wealth of knowledge and wisdom, and we appreciate you. And we look forward to doing that music show eventually. When we slow down, because we pretty busy. And once you get your baby going, because I know this your newborn, you know what I'm saying? So you got to take some tender time here. Some special time.
Definitely. It's taking a lot of my tender time right now, a lot more than I expected. But it's all good. It's all good.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for tuning in with us today. And thank you, Hatta, for joining us today. Dre and I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Dre, are you going to beat me there or meet me there?
Unfortunately, I will not be doing either.
I know you weren't going to be there. Dang, I tried it. Oh, well, we'll have the rest of my team there. But he's taking care of business for Saturday. He has lined up all of the stuff we need for Saturday. And so, Dre, thank you for your lead in that project. Thank you, everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, before y'all go, tomorrow we will do a special edition, another special edition, because we're still on vacation, by the way. But we're doing a special edition tomorrow on small business, so economic development. So we'll sit down with the chair of our economic development committee, as well as Marlon. Goodness, I blame my head, not my heart. But we'll sit down with the gentleman, and we're going to talk about, or they will talk about, the fund through the city of Houston for small businesses that closes out on Friday night. So you want to tune in to hear exactly what you need to do for that application so that you can get that money, because we want that money. We like that green. You see my earrings? I like that green. So be sure to tune in tomorrow, same time, 4:30, to learn about the Houston economic development for small businesses. And that portal closes Friday at 11:59 p.m. So be sure to tune in tomorrow to get the tips, to get the money. All right. Thank y'all so much. Have a good one.
Take care.